Time for some fun to start. Making puzzles out of parts. $80,000 shim or rear shim plate. And see if we can get this sucker off here. There you go. See what we have here is one of the 4 pins on it. 50 thousandths. So we're looking at 130 thousandths in the back as they are right now. I'll be measuring everything as I take it apart because I really want to know what the length and the whole clutch pack is going to be inside the housing. Yeah, I'm using the wrong tool for this, but don't feel like going out and getting my my stuff out. Yeah, like an old school machinist, you can use a stone to make something. So 50 thousandths ring. All right, let's see what we got here. Come on. Bearing looks good, sounds good. Nice and clean. Not all burned up like I almost have to anticipated. But this did come out of a running 2004 Chevy 2500 four-wheel drive pickup. And you can see there's some wear in the bushing, so this really should be changed. I don't know how well you can see that wear in the bottom of that bushing. See how it changes color? See that? All right, so one down. Let the fun begin. That'll be for a later date though, not for this. Let's see what else we got here. Come on. I know you can do it. There you go. Real planetary. This, I don't know about you fellas. I'm gonna have to look a couple of these up, but this looks like it's fried. Look, it's all purple and blue. This sucker got hot at some point. Anyway, I don't know if this truck was running or not when this was taken out. So, but one good thing is this is not the transmission that's going in my truck. This is a test transmission for extra parts, possibly. Who knows? Depends on what's ruined and what's not. This all looks good though. So all the planetary gears are all spinning freely. Got a little up and down play. No lateral play. And I'm sure there's supposed to be a clearance up and down anyway. And I don't know what this is, if this is a foreign object. Yeah, it looks like it has a piece of paper underneath the gears. Or that, I guess that's supposed to be this on all of them. All right, my bad. But this is my first one of these taken apart. Somebody was already in here and blued it up. And I'm going to have to get to the next part of the transmission to see if this nylon bushing has grooves in it from any of these. But I don't see shiny wear on top of the. I'm guessing this is some kind of rivet. Now they close these things off, but they all seem to be under the surface. Gears all look good. Doesn't look bad. Except for the fact that everything looks hot and burned. All right, well, that's all I'm doing to this part. Move on to the next part. All right, we got our center assembly, sun gear. Actually, sun gear looks really good, except I'm getting dirt all over everything because I don't have a nice clean shop, guys. But everything looks good. All the teeth all look strong. No real chipping. No real play up and down on any of these planet gears. Everything looks okay here. That's a little concerning. There's a couple marks on this, like it might have been smashing up against something. It was sitting like so. And you can see these little rounded marks that match up identically with the pins, but I don't feel where the pins are coming out. No, there will be further inspection. So let's get into our sprag. Good roller burning, but already I see a nightmare. So this bushing looks like it might have been getting hot, but this isn't even the problem. Let's get this out of the way. I hope you guys can see this. You see the gouging going on in here? That is horrible. I don't know what that was, but that's definitely a bushing in need of replacement. I don't know what that was in there that did that, but it doesn't look very healthy. And from the other side, well, the other side looks a lot better, but I'd replace it anyway. And it has, let me put the camera back down. I hope you guys saw that, by the way. It has these new these new bushings. So if either somebody was in here or these are what they put in a brand new 2004, I don't know. Actually, this one, there you go. It wasn't latching up, but there you go. And if you can see this surface here, I'm going to turn it around in the light. Somebody was filing this surface with a pretty raspy file too. This is like 120 kind of grit crap, like really, really ground in there. I'm hoping you could see these. I'll turn it a couple directions so you can see the lines. They're straight lines from somebody going over this thing with a file. I think you're going to be able to see these. Anyway, everything's going to be re-inspected and checked anyway. This copper bushing in here doesn't look that great either. So, and I don't know what I'm doing with this transmission. Like I said, this is a 2004. This is just a project to take apart, see if any parts I might be able to use when I do my transmission, because my transmission has to be done in the great outdoors. And once it's down, I can't go to a store and buy pieces. So I got three sets. This, another set of brand new stuff. Here's my sprag. It all looks pretty good. It's one of the ones with the feet that's raised up, of course, because we're looking at 2004. I haven't pulled this all apart yet, and I'm not going to until I need to. So back together she goes. Oh, that's the second time I did that. There you go. And there's our center. And there's our sun. And our bushing. So I got a few more components to look over and inspect, and I got all of the clutches I need to measure and put aside, because to get my clearances correct in my transmission, I'm going to use whatever of the 3 sets of clutches and steel plates that I have to get the closest number to where I want to be. So I'll be back. I got my ohm meter out. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I think you can see it. Just trying to test these. The electrical components. If I were going to do a lot of these, I'd probably make a clip that you put in there and just attach the wires. I don't know what that was saying, 7 something. I don't even remember what these are supposed to be, but I'll see it in the video when I edit the video. And I'll put what it's supposed to be on the bottom of the video so we can tell. This one looks like it's 6.2 to 6.4. I'll see what the variations on these all is. All right, going over to 0, 1 to 2, and 1 and 2 to 3. See what they give us here. None of these numbers actually ring true to me, and these things might be all jacked up because it doesn't seem that they want to stop dancing. Six 6.3, 6.0, 5.9. I think these might be the ones that are like 5 to 6 thousandths or whatever, or 5 to 6 ohms. Let's see. See if I can get a closer number on this one also. Yeah, see the same thing. I believe these are the ones that are like 5 to 6. Anyway, when I get this video done, I'll edit it and I'll put in the numbers it's supposed to be. I'm going to take them out of the transmission and recheck them anyway, but I'm just going through the pieces and seeing what I got, what I'm looking forward to here. And by the way, this is the 2004 transmission. This is not the one I'm rebuilding for my truck. This is another one I'll be rebuilding as another kit for sale or whatever. Anyway, I'll be back. Now, on this valve body plate, I don't know if these holes were modified here, but if you look at the other ones, these all still look like the same factory 50 thousandths hole. That one looks like it might have been opened, but I'm not sure which ones these are. Once again, I have to look through the chart on what all these are, but these 3 here I think are the ones that you actually modify for the first, second, third shift to give it more fluid and make the shift harder. Anyway, we'll find out. Once again, this is the 2004 transmission. This is the one that came out of the 4-wheel drive vehicle, so it's not even the one I'm using. I may use some components, don't know yet, we'll see. Well, these are the bands out of the 2004 transmission, and these are in really, really nice, like brand new shape. So I believe this transmission was recently rebuilt. It doesn't even look like these things have been anywhere at all. So they took it out of a 2004 truck and just rebuilt it and sold it. I don't know. But even the reverse band, I mean the intermediate band, I don't know if you guys can see this. Don't see any rubbing wear or anything on these, so it's possible I bought a transmission that was just rebuilt and they just were getting rid of it. Maybe because that rear planetary gear looks so fried, but I don't know. I won't know until I get the rest of this thing diagnosed. Well, I'm making these videos kind of random order as I take them out of the buckets. I got them all sitting in buckets, all the components. This, on the other hand, looks like it's been used a while. It's got a bunch of grease and dirt buildup. Maybe that's not a lot, though, if you didn't have an inspection cover on here. But, you know, I don't know what the 2-1 is. Was that a rebuild guy, how he marks his stuff? And the yellow dot, I used to paint parts in our junkyard. So is this a replacement pump? Who knows? But I do know that if you can see if you can see that, it's kind of hard to see in this light. Hold on, let me give you a little better angle at the bushing. The front bushing, I mean, it's been worn, but it's not really bad. But then you flip it, and this back bushing, I hope you all can see this. You see the score lines going around it, and there's some gouges and other crap in it. So this will be something that has to be changed. But yeah, let me put this back. I haven't opened this yet. I will be opening it later because I want to inspect all the valve assemblies and everything, and make sure that this is drilled through to the 1/4 inch, the 120, or the 1/8 inch, the 125 thousandths, or no, it might even be 1/4 inch, 250 thousandths. I'm not sure, but I know that this relief hole needs to be drilled open for better circulation of fluid. Anyway, we'll be getting back to this one. If anybody knows when I do put this video up what these markings might be, let me know. I'd be interested to find that out. Any other information I might need on this? Yeah, it would all sound good. Like I said, these are all just new toys to me. I'm a mechanic and machinist. It's just having fun with new stuff. Anyway, all in the learning curve of everything. I'll be back. So I'm trying to work this thing in an order, but I've got components in different areas. These are all my clutch plate assembly stuff. This is fried. This O-ring has to be changed. You know, the short oil tube for the rear cooling transmission. My harness is in here. My switch lever, retainer, rooster, whatever they call that thing. I've got my pillow switch here. I haven't tested it yet. I'm probably gonna replace it, but we'll see. And probably means, yeah, definitely. Oh, this isn't mine, so I may not. It depends if I do a rebuild on this one. I've got the center and the forward, you know, through bolts. You know, all my stuff is in here. All my 8mm bolts for the pillow, all my 10mm bolts for the, yeah, everything's in here. Here's my, the bolts and components for the servo, the cover. These, yeah, these are all brittle. These need to be replaced. So all these O-rings will be replaced. We'll see about anything else. Anyway, oops, upside down. There you go. And then I've got my clutch pressure plate. I got my beveled O-ring and my flat O-ring. My wavy plate. And let's see what these are for reference, because I'm going to keep these out. So when I do build my transmission, I'm going to be using steels and clutches to make up a good clearance. This is a 70 thousandths steel. You see some heat here in these clutch plates. It's funny because I was thinking about making a Frankenstein transmission. These are 60,000 clutch. I was thinking about being a real machinist and making 2 transmissions into one Franken-mission. But after seeing what was inside this transmission, I'm iffy about using anything except possibly steels, because you can see this material's burned. It's a shame. It's got some life left. See, this one's only 50, and the other ones was 60, so they were frying up in here. 70. Yeah, these are 70 steels and 60 thousandths clutch plates. So out of these components, I'm going to leave these out. I'll end up cleaning them up and just re-soaking them if I want to reuse them. But there's some more inspection done, and this looks dry inside here, but I'm going to do a conductivity test with my my tester and see if all the wiring is good, or else I'm just going to throw this harness out. It still depends on what I want to do with this actual transmission, because the 2004 two-wheel drive transmission is not for my truck. It's just it's a model rebuild kit. It's actually my tutorial transmission. I'm learning about all the parts. I know how to take them apart. I know how to put them together, but I needed to look at these parts so I can see more than what I'm seeing on like precision transmission. Richard, what a great teacher he is, showing me how to take things apart, and also Nick's transmission. Got to give these guys kudos, because they're teaching me a lot of stuff and taking the fear out of actually rebuilding my own transmission. I've done this once before on a 1994 automatic transmission out of a Dodge Caravan, the front wheel drive transmission, and I got all apart, found what was broken, and then no one would sell me the part. It was one of the drums that everyone was like, oh, those are what burn out in all these transmissions, so we can't sell you one. And I ended up paying the guy $900 to put my transmission back together for me after I did all the work. Anyway, I'll see what else I got going on, but this might be it for today. I'll do the rest of the components, the front end of the transmission tomorrow, and hopefully I'll start taking things apart more seriously, like using, I'm going to make my own press. I might make a video on how to do that. But we shall see. I hope you're all enjoying the videos, and I'll be seeing you soon.